Live from our studios at One Television Plaza, this is your Mid-Ohio Valley Morning Brief.
Good morning, Mid-Ohio Valley, and thanks for joining us for your morning brief. I'm Emma Grace Myers.
And I'm Henry Grof. We're continuing to enjoy our taste of spring. Hopefully everybody got outside yesterday.
Did you?
Maybe for a little bit.
No, because he was watching curling.
I was watching curling. Not
Can't
my
even
fault.
take your own advice.
I don't follow my advice sometimes. Whenever I say, oh, make sure to bring a rain jacket, sometimes I forget.
I don't even wear a jacket into work most of the time.
Especially when it's freezing cold outside.
I just hope for the best and pray that my car heats up.
Well, at least you don't need the winter coat this morning. It was already quite mild to start off our day. Instead, rain jacket's going to be needed, but you might not.
I didn't bring that either.
Overall, our shower activity today is going to be on the scattered side, so some people may continue to stay dry. Our best chance of rain, that's going to come through Thursday night and early Friday morning. Amber Grace, we may even hear some rumbles of thunder.
Not the rumbles of thunder.
So we're going to be keeping an eye on that for you as we get through the end of the week, because after our taste of spring is over, we're going to be ushering in that colder weather, all thanks to that cold front that's going to be coming through, responsible for those rain showers and thunderstorms. So as we look ahead, we'll still get those 60s tomorrow and into Friday, but into the weekend dropping down into the upper 30s and even into the mid 30s by Monday. But looking at the next 24 hours, you'll see those hit or miss showers late this morning into the early afternoon, and Emma Grace even into tonight, still sitting on the mild side. But later on, I'll talk more about that round of thunderstorms that's going to be pushing through. So for now, what do we have this morning?
So we're going to kick it off with a man who has been playing the same lottery numbers for as long as I have been alive.
Okay.
So just how long does it take for your luck to pay off? For this man, it was 22 years. He played the same 6 numbers in the state lotto every week. The Akron man even had friends buy the tickets for him when he went out of town. Earlier this month, it all paid off. He hit the jackpot, a $3.5 million jackpot to be exact. Upon seeing the winning numbers, he says he yelled to his wife, "We're going to get a really big pool." Valid. As to why he never gave up, the man didn't cite faith or tenacity. He says he's just stubborn. The big winner did choose to remain anonymous. He took the cash payout of $1.7 million and says he's now retired.
I don't see why not. Very, very consistent, same numbers, and it all paid off at the end.
Would you retire if you got $7 million? Would you retire?
No, I wouldn't be able to retire yet. I think that's still too early for me. Way too early.
I don't have anything saved. I can't retire.
And then, in fact, if you retire at a young age, you're going to be bored for the rest of your life.
Oh yeah, I don't even know if I'll ever be able to retire. I can't just sit still.
I personally think a pool might be a little bit overboard to try to hide your identity when you win that jackpot. The whole neighborhood's going to find out. The whole neighborhood's going to be lined up saying, "Hey, can I get into your pool?" There's nothing funny about that.
I just don't like how you said it. If someone came to my house and I had a pool and they said that to me, I am locking my door.
Locking the door. All I have to say is that if I win the lottery, no one's going to know, but there will be hints.
There will be signs.
Multiple cars, in fact.
Mine would be some time off to go gallivant around Europe. That's what I would do if I won a lot of money. So we have different priorities.
Different priorities. Well, let's move on to our next story. So the Vienna Recreation Sports Building has served the city for many years as a site for recreational sports. Mayor Chad Emmerich says the rec building is due for a facelift. He says it's been a number of years since the city has given the building much cosmetic attention. Starting yesterday, Emmerich says the parks crew will be making changes, including new paint, installing new trim, and updating bathrooms to enhance the overall use and appearance of the building. Emmerich says the city is able to handle these improvements internally, meaning the city doesn't have to expend funds on outside contractors. The mayor says that demonstrates the fiscal responsibility of Vienna.
When you get into fiscal management as well, the more things we handle internally with crews that we already have, we're able to save the taxpayer all of that money that you'd be paying outside agencies to do when we can do it ourselves.
Emmerich says the updates will be scheduled around Vienna recreation events planned at the building so that no sports activities are displaced. He says he hopes to have the work completed within 4 to 6 weeks.
You know, I support the I can do it myself mentality.
Yeah.
Because that is how my parents are. My parents are like, we can just figure it out. They renovated, I don't even know how many houses, and my dad can probably do everything now. And I definitely have that confidence, but not that skill. Because every time I tried to build something for my apartment,
you believe in yourself.
I believe in myself.
But it doesn't go through all the way.
No. Usually it involves things falling off my wall or breaking. But
that's the last thing you want to happen.
I think it's the thought that counts. I think I can do it myself. I'll figure it out.
Well, we're looking forward to what the building is going to be looking like. Like you said, fresh coat of paint. That's always something to look forward to because it just makes things feel new.
Yeah, we like a little
bit of new here.
A little bit of new. But let's move on to our last local story. Potential volunteers for fire departments have access in Ohio to the volunteer firefighter recruitment portal. According to the fire chief at the Warren Township Volunteer Fire Department, Mark Weil, the site can help potential volunteers in fire stations close to them and help find what's the best fit for them. Weil says numbers have been down at his fire station, but the station has been trying to appeal more to the younger generation. Weil explains the financial hardships of being a volunteer firefighter, but says it's still needed.
But the salaries, we don't get paid, so we don't charge people, and there's a need. There's people that have emergencies every day that need someone to help them.
Darren Montgomery with the Reno Volunteer Fire Department and being a recruiter for the Washington County adds he tries many resources such as social media and going out to high schools to find new volunteers.
It's also mentioned that you do not need to fight fires if you want to become a volunteer fighter.
Yeah, you can be a firefighter without actually fighting the fires.
Because they do need help anywhere across their stations, obviously cleaning, tidying things up. So while everybody else is out with emergencies, you can stay back and help out elsewhere.
Yes,
and remember, a little bit of help does go a long way.
Obviously, if you're in Ohio, check out the recruitment portal. I'm pretty sure the link is on our website. And if you're in West Virginia, I'm sure you can just call your local station and they would be happy to sign you up to volunteer.
Yeah, just ask. The worst they can say is no.
I think I would be really humbled if the volunteer fire department told me no, but let's move on to our national story because a federal judge has ruled that Buffalo Wild Wings can keep the name boneless wings on its menu, reflecting a lawsuit that claimed the item is misleading. In a 10-page decision, U.S. District Judge John Tharp Jr. said the sports bar chain can continue using the term even though the product is, quote, essentially chicken nuggets. The lawsuit was filed in 2023 by a Chicago area resident, Eamon Hamlin, who argued that the name led reasonable customers to believe the item was deboned chicken wings made entirely from wing meat. Hamlin claimed he purchased the product at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Mount Prospect, Illinois, expecting traditional wings. After learning the item is made from slices of chicken breast that are breaded and fried, he argued he would not have bought them or would have paid less. He alleged financial harm due to what he called deceptive marketing. But the judge ultimately ruled the plaintiff failed to provide enough evidence to support the claim, allowing the popular menu item to keep its name.
I think we all know what the difference is between a boneless wing and then a chicken nugget. Because chicken nuggets aren't slices of chicken meat. They're
kind of
how
pasted up.
would you describe it?
I would say pasted up. They're like combined into a little paste. And
a chicken paste.
that sounds
Best
so
way
gross.
to describe it, but we know what the difference is between boneless wings and chicken nuggets. So this whole lawsuit was
I think it's silly.
completely a waste of time.
Are you a bone-in or boneless chicken wing person?
Bone in.
Okay.
All the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
I don't like bone-in. I don't like knowing that it's an animal I'm eating. I have to kind of like disassociate from that fact, otherwise it grosses
So
me
you
out.
have to go with boneless chicken?
I go with boneless.
Okay.
I get 100%. I do love a boneless Buffalo Wild Wings. They're like teriyaki sauce. So good. I don't know the last time I went to B-Dubs, but now I'm thinking about it.
But no, still, that lawsuit is, he says, just essentially a chicken nugget. I mean, yeah.
But better.
But everybody knows the difference.
Everybody knows the difference.
Everybody knows a boneless wing isn't going to be a chicken wing and then they just rip the bone out.
There you go. That's what Henry would tell you if he was a lawyer.
And that's why I did not go to law school.
One of many reasons, I'm sure. But coming up, we'll have more fun stories, including a shipwreck found after 150 years of searching, and a baseball team with historic inspiration.
And this warm weather has reminded me of baseball season, not too far away.
Not too far.
Now, here's your first alert weather update with meteorologist Henry Grof.
Well, that taste of spring continues across the Middle Ohio Valley. In fact, this morning we've had much of the region starting off in our mid-50s to even upper 40s. But fortunately, we're going to be seeing that chance of rain coming back as we move through today and especially into tomorrow night, with that even potential chance for some thunderstorms to make their way through. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on that. But overall today, our first system sliding through, that brought in a warm front, which is why we've been sitting in those 50s this morning. But it is going to be bringing in that chance for some showers. But as we look at Futurecast, not really looking at that much activity. So late this morning into the early afternoon, we'll deal with those hit or miss showers. But by the time we approach that evening commute, all of this is going to be essentially out of the way. Now, we will deal with more cloud cover heading into the overnight hours. But once we get into Thursday afternoon, here in the Middle Ohio Valley, we'll quiet. But we see that round of showers and thunderstorms developing across the Midwest. They'll make its way into Ohio going into Thursday evening, but we're still quiet there until we get to around 8 to 9 o'clock tomorrow night, and that's when we'll start to see showers and thunderstorms making their way through. The bulk of the thunderstorm activity staying outside of the region, but we'll still see some moving through, especially after midnight, with quieter weather coming back in Friday. But we'll be dealing with some gusty winds with that cold front coming through. Now, much of the Midwest tomorrow, from Illinois into parts of Ohio, looking at that threat for some severe weather. Gusty winds and isolated tornado possible within that yellow area. Strong gusty winds possible within that low end threat in that green. But for us, most of the Middle Ohio Valley not included in that severe weather threat, but we'll continue to keep an eye on that for you. But going into Friday, we'll deal with some gusty winds, potentially some gusts up to around 30 miles per hour. But into the weekend, that gusty wind threat isn't going to be an issue for us at all. Instead, we'll see temperatures decreasing Saturday and into Sunday, and especially the start of next week, we'll only see temperatures up into the 30s. Now, time to take a look at what's trending. Well, we have some interesting stories to get to this morning.
Yeah, we're gonna head up north a little bit to Michigan because searchers have located the wreckage of a steamer that sank more than 150 years ago. 80-year-old Paul Ehorn discovered the Lac La Belle in Lake Michigan back in 2022 after spending 65 years looking for it. But the scuba diver just announced it. He says a clue from a fellow wreck hunter and an author named Rod Richardson led him to the location. Ehorn declined to reveal what that clue was. Richardson said a commercial fisherman found an item that appeared to come from the steamship from the 1800s. Most of the 53 people aboard the luxury steamer made it to safety when the ship sank in 1872. 8 of them died when their lifeboat capsized. Did you know there are up to 10,000 undiscovered shipwrecks in the Great Lakes?
In the Great Lakes?
Just in the Great Lakes.
Including Lake Michigan? Wow.
I would assume so.
I'd probably assume so too.
I guess it makes sense that there would be boats on it, but in my head, I don't understand how a boat could shipwreck in a lake. I know they're big.
It's a huge lake.
I know they're big. I've never seen it, but I know that. But it just doesn't seem like that should happen. The land is there. Swim.
Calling the Great Lakes lakes is a understatement. They're just mini oceans.
My bad. I'm not up to date on the Great Lake acreage lore.
That's how I would describe the Great Lakes. Well, let's
enough.
move on to our next story. A group of Las Vegas senior citizens are swinging to keep baseball legend Jackie Robinson's legacy alive. More than a dozen seniors have formed a softball team in his honor. They named themselves the Las Vegas 42s in a nod to Robinson's number for the Brooklyn Dodgers. Robinson served in the U.S. Army during World War II before breaking Major League Baseball's color barrier in 1947. Lane, who's 81 years old, formed the Las Vegas 42s. It came after the Defense Department removed and then reposted a webpage detailing Robinson's military service. The team practices on Mondays and Thursdays and met their GoFundMe campaign goal for jerseys and equipment.
Do you want to know a fun story about Jackie Robinson?
Sure.
So when I was in elementary school, we were doing a thing on Black History Month, and we all got to choose someone to cover. And I picked Jackie Robinson because I thought it was a girl. And obviously, Jackie Robinson
So horribly wrong.
is not a girl. But my dad is a huge baseball guy. He played baseball. He still plays like intramural softball. And so he was ecstatic that I chose Jackie Robinson. And I did not have the heart to tell him it was not because I knew he was a baseball player. So I learned so much about Jackie Robinson. And
Do you also learn a lot about baseball?
I did learn a lot about baseball.
And you know what, talking about baseball, good thing to bring up, spring training actually starts.
Does it?
Yes.
Wow, I'm just ecstatic for you. Can you tell?
And Austin, he's also ecstatic spring training is starting.
Sure. I'm so happy to hear about baseball all the time again.
As you can hear from Emma Grace's voice, she's not looking forward to the little bit of rivalry me and our director Austin has, because I'm a Red Sox fan and he's a Yankees fan. And of course, everybody knows how that clashes together.
I didn't know that was an issue until I started working here.
She didn't know it was an issue until baseball season started.
That's true. But, you know, I've learned to live with it. I just tune it out. They get like 5 words in and I'm
already gone.
I'm already gone. I've gotten pretty good at it over the last little bit.
Well, let's move away from some fun facts and learn about more fun facts elsewhere.
We're staying in the sports category because we do have some fun facts about today's Daybreak Trivia question. Our question was, who was the first black athlete to win an individual gold medal at the Winter Games? And the answer is Shawnee Davis. Shawnee Davis became the first black athlete to win an individual gold medal in Winter Olympics history, capturing the men's 1,000-meter speed skating race at the Games in Turin, Italy. Davis grew up on Chicago's South Side and began skating on wheels at the roller rink. He retired from competing back in November of 2019.
Can't believe that the Winter Olympics are also almost over.
I know.
They'll be ending this weekend.
Our director's very excited about it. Henry's devastated.
He just doesn't know the true meaning of curling. A phenomenal sport that everybody should watch.
The true meaning of curling, it's like the true meaning of Christmas, but worse. Curling causes hurling, as our director so eloquently
But there's been
put.
some great moments through the Winter Olympics. Even this morning during the biathlon, there was a dog that got on the course and then ran across the finish line.
Did it win?
Unfortunately, no.
Well, Henry, why would you tell me that story if the dog didn't even win?
It's just a fun little story.
I want the dog to win. Come on,
But at least it got across the finish line. That's all that matters.
Fair enough. That's all.
Participation trophy for the dog.
Okay, maybe a participation medal. Make it a dog bone.
A dog bone. I think that would be a great idea.
Well, thank you guys for joining us today on our morning brief, and we will see you again at the noon. But he's Henry Grof. I'm Emma Grace Myers. Have a great rest of your day.